I gotta sit down for a minute. Bang. Damn, my hip's hurting. My hip's hurting from my wallet. I just figured out what this car cost. I'm gonna tell you.
Hope you're sitting down.
Hope you're sitting down. You know how everybody says LS swaps are cheap? Well, they're lying to you.
Well, you get the car.
Then again, though, when we do one to sell, and without being clean and looking good, it's not gonna sell. You see them all the time on there. No offense, because I've done it too. You just slam stuff in there, throw a cut up factory harness in it. You see them on there for sale. I just seen one on there. I'm not going to say what it is because it might be somebody, one of y'all 300 that watch this. But it might be your car. But it had wires laying everywhere, truck intake. I mean, it was rough. Well, no, we can't stand it. But again, we got to build something that sells. And if you come here and look at a car that's got wiring laying everywhere and
we're proud of it.
Yeah, and I mean, we're proud of it when it's done. We have a good time in it. If we don't have a good time, we're not doing it. I'll say it a million times. If it ever turns out into where it's work, but I'll be honest with you, I'm better ready to roll this sucker outside, just put for sale on it like it is.
I'm starting to strip it now.
I might send the alternator bracket back and get a refund if you feel me.
Tell me what you said to me. You gotta start stripping it.
Yeah, we're gonna strip it and sell the parts. But I'm gonna go over what it costs to LS swap one, and this is real. This is a real deal. I'm telling you, we do these all year, one right after the other. You know, this ain't somebody on Facebook trying to say something. This is somebody that's breaking down what it's gonna cost you to LS swap one. Now, this is you doing the work. If you were paying a shop to do this, I'm guessing a shop that would do something like this is going to be between $60 and $90 an hour. That's my guess. This would be a long-term project, so usually they treat you a little bit better. So, excuse me, if you're paying a shop to do it, you better save your money for a little while. Let me turn this. I made a list now, y'all.
You got 2 kidneys.
Make sure. Yeah, make sure you're sitting down for this now, and I'll go over this list. And these aren't high dollar parts. These are tried and true. And my wife told me I needed to put a link to all these parts on here. And my God, that'd be a job. But I guess I'll take the time and try to do it. But the car, real talk, nobody really knows what I give for it. I bought it from a friend of mine. I give top dollar for it, which is fine with me because I'd never done one. Me and Glenn talked about it. It's something we wanted to do. And you can get in the car and drive across the United States and you will not run into another one that is turbo LS swap. I'd put money on it. So, the car was $3,000. The motor, which I got from A&D Hot Rod Shop, they treat me good. But we're going to say a motor, it's going to be $450. Get one running. Don't buy one of them off of Craigslist or Marketplace. I'm telling you, people are not honest anymore. And once you do that, you get that motor home, you tear it apart, you're discouraged from the jump and the car will never get done. I mean, I've seen it. I buy them all the time like that. The motor will blow up, or they'll put it in there and it'll be knocking, and you know, somebody lied to them, and here we are, I got their car for half. Yeah, I got 2 motors sitting over there that was you know, running, driving, guaranteed. Man, they ain't guaranteeing nothing. You can call them, harass them, tell them you're going to kick their butt, whatever. It ain't going to matter. They ain't going to give you money back. All right, Terminators have went up. They're $1,300 shipped. So all this stuff is rounded up because of taxes and everything else. So I just kind of tried to include what taxes and shipping cost on it all. So transmission, $800. If you can find a good shop to do you a turbo 350, they usually rate them 500 horsepower. That'll get her done. Converter, Jigs Converter is $180, but their handling fee, so $200. shifter. This is a shifter from Amazon, 200 bucks. We have had zero trouble out of them. They'll work on a 4-speed automatic too. Fuel pump, Jigs fuel pump, $115. Injectors, Big Mike. These are your injectors from the vehicle you pull the motor out of. You send to them. They charge you right at 100 bucks. He cleans them. I think you have to decap them. But Big Mike and me do some business, so he hooks me up. He'll probably charge you extra decapping because you ain't as pretty as me. Man, what you doing? What are you laughing for? Oh, Redo over there. Don't mind Glenn, he's over there redoing. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, like always.
Alright, so Jack, back to what I was saying. Rear end, 8/8 usually 200 bucks. Sometimes you get one out, if you're doing like a Fairmont, Mustang will fit it, usually 300 bucks. Radiator, 115 off eBay. That's a 66 Mustang radiator. The fan, Amazon, 80 bucks. Filter regulator, now this is a Corvette filter and regulator combo. It is not boost reference, so you kind of got to wing it. They've worked so far. Now, if you go turning it up too far, you're probably going to burn some pistons out. So, let's see. Plugs, NGK TR6 plugs. That's what we run in all of them. Work good. 25 bucks. Wires, use eBay wires, $25. A hot side kit is 2.5 inch. You can do 3 inch, but you don't need to, and it's worse trying to run it. So 2.5 is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll do everything you want to do at 500 horsepower. Turbo flange, 25 bucks. Turbo, 275. That's an eBay deal. Turbo drain and feed, you're looking at 33 bucks. Need a yoke for dry shaft because you got to get that dry shaft made. Chances are yours isn't going to work. Our dry shaft guy hooks us up. He's not going to hook you up because he probably don't like you. $250.
You're not as pretty as me.
Yeah, you're not as beautiful as me. Again, I don't want to remind you of that, but it's life. You know, I'm sorry. If everybody's pretty as anyway, I can't get on that subject. Okay, so I'm not veering off.
They don't want you to do anyway.
Oil and filter, $45. Transmission fluid is high as gas. Well, hell, it's higher than gas, way higher than gas. Anyways, $65 map sensor, EFI source, the only one I run. Have not had no trouble out of them. Again, you order 2 of them, remind them, email them, tell them you got 2 instead of 1 because they're going to send you 1, chances are, but they will make it up and send you another. Is what it is. Alternator bracket that I have purchased 4 different ones, I believe. I settled up on a high mount alternator bracket, $175. You probably won't need that one. The one you're gonna need is probably 120 bucks. And don't be tight. But if you are being tight, reuse your alternator. If you're not being tight, get you a new one. Because chances are it's been sitting in the junkyard for 5 years. Another thing, pick and save. If it wrecked, it was running. Remember that. Starter, 80 bucks. 80 amp relay for the fan, 40 amp for the fuel pump. We're gonna say $25 because
there's no way around that.
Yeah, you're better off to buy a pack of them instead of one at a time. But this video is just gonna be a picture of this board. I'm not sure that that's good or bad. Let me show him for a minute. Watch him try to get up. He looks like a roly-poly. Hey man, your butt crack's hanging out.
Yours has got a hat on it.
Oh, that hurt. Back to the drawing board. 2 1/4 inch exhaust kit. You can run 2 1/2. You don't need to. Even 1,000 horsepower, 2 1/4 is fine.
Are you mad, bro?
I ain't mad. 140 bucks eBay. Oil pan kit, 175 eBay. Best deal you can get is a what they call hot rod pan. Gasket kit. We like to pull the heads off and put head gaskets and all that on them. You don't have to. But 100 bucks. I'll try to find the link. I think it's Amazon. Intercooler, 70 bucks. You can buy intercooler and cold side together for about $175, but it just so happened I bought them separate. Coupler for the throttle body, 2 1/2 to 4 inch. Stock throttle body is 4 inch on a truck. So you got to go 4 to 2.5. Exhaust wrap, $25. Miscellaneous, paint, clamps, all that. I didn't even add it in, but I promise you it's going to be $200 or more. That's life. Everything, all that little stuff adds up. Intake, we're not going to get too much into because should have done that to start with, but $450. Chances are, if you're building it for yourself, you don't care what it looks like, use truck. It flows better than the sheet metal, but I can't handle it. I got to sell this car. When they pop a hood, they're going to say, oh my God, that is so beautiful. Probably not. But anyways, if it had truck intake, they're going to say, oh my God, that looks awful. So if you do use a truck intake, they sell a cover, $100. You can paint it, match your motor. You might not even paint your motor, but that's okay. We got to because we got to sell it. Wastegate, $60. Blow off valve. I don't run them. If you want one, it's $40 for a cheap one. Transmission dipstick, $30. They're aggravating, but they're cheap. You can get a $100 one that's not aggravating. I don't put them in. Glenn puts them in, so I don't care. Hey,
He tells the truth.
a water pump. I usually leave the transmission dipstick no matter the project, except for rat rods. I won't let Glenn touch them. Because after they're built, he can do anything else to them. But until they're built, I got to do it all.
Oh, rat rod?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Any kind of maintenance he usually does. So, water pump, replace the water pump. Water pump's probably been sitting on the vehicle for 3 years without running. It's going to leak. Just buy you a water pump. All right, $8,778 without an intake or blow-off valve. With intake, blow-off valve, $92.68. With the cam, if we put a cam and springs in this car, be another $450. That's an Elgin 1840P, pack 1218 springs. I run them about everything. Michael Willer probably wants to kill me for that, but it's okay because it's tried and true, and it's about the cheapest you can get. Do not buy a knockoff Elgin cam, sloppy stage 2 cam off eBay from experience.
Oh, man.
They're not machined right, and the daggone timing chain hits the block. Don't do it. Tried it.
Once you put it together, you can't turn it over.
Yep, can't turn it over. So,
I forgot about that.
9718 with cam springs, intake, blow off valve. Now, here's the thing. I give too much for the car roller. I know that, but it's ugly, and I love it. But if you can get a roller, a LTD, blowed up for $500, you're going to have 7218 in it. And again, my opinion, make sure the roller has brakes and the lights work. Don't get into a wiring nightmare. You need brakes.
Brakes the main thing.
Brakes is the main thing. You don't want something with lines blowed out, okay? Because a lot of people, they can't handle all that, which is okay. And I ain't sure what he is. He says he's a fisherman. This guy swears he catches everybody's limit when he goes fishing, which is illegal, so don't tell on him. But
I can't get you today.
all I know is in 4 or 5 years he's brought me 2 fish.
You a lying ass.
All right, so we're gonna say,
Hell for that one.
all right, we're gonna say $72.18 if you get a $500 roller, right? Okay, let me do some math here. Now that's from 97.18 minus 2,500, 72.18. Now if you minus the intake and blow off valve, which is another what, 490. All right, you're looking at 67.28, right? Now if you minus the cam and springs, you're looking at 62.78. So if you go cheap as you can get it, you're gonna have $6,278 in it. That's still a good bit of money, but man, it's a good time. So my opinion in the end of this is, if you don't want to do this for fun,
Unless
If
you're
you-
gonna build one to keep yourself.
If you're gonna build it to keep, that's a different ball game. We don't keep nothing. We just do burnouts and sell it. And I try to keep Glenn occupied where his wife don't kill him. Okay? If he was at home for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days straight, he'd probably come down here with a black eye. Just saying. He said a bee stung him in the mouth yesterday. And I'm betting his old lady whacked him.
The bee's name.
That mouth, you know, my reaction was, lucky bee, I've been wanting to hit you in the mouth for at least 3 years now. So I'm guessing it was Penny. And I can't blame her. Might send her a card. Man, you trying to give away all my
I mean,
secrets.
that stuff's good stuff. That stuff.
I tell you, if I get, you know, 1 million followers, I'll show you all the parts cleaner,
Yeah.
you know.
There you go. That'll work.
Man, that oil pan is sitting perfect in that car. It's not too low.
That's rare too.
Yeah, they usually, even with those pans, set a little
We gotta
low.
put blocks in the ditch out there for the BMW.
Yeah, BMW's really low. All right. Well, I guess that's it for this video. Hope I didn't bore you too much. Anyways, I got to get ready to go to work while Glenn gets to piddle around here and then go home. I'm about to be on night shift for like, I keep saying more and more days, but I'm hoping it's like 9 or 10. Let's just go for that. I don't know if I'll make it the whole time
2 or 3.
because I'm about half crippled up. I start hurting. When I get to hurting, I stay home. So I've got this garage set up where I don't have to lift anything. I don't do nothing strenuous in here other than help Glenn get out of the chair every now and then. But other than that, what are you taking off? Tell the viewers.
Somebody wouldn't listen to start with and changed his mind and wants a better looking intake. So I got to change the fuel system setup because the new intake we're getting